I bet you didn't know how powerful tiny habits can be. Our habits define our lives. They are the invisible architecture of our daily existence, shaping our actions and decisions in ways we don't even realize. Every day, from brushing our teeth in the morning to checking our phones for messages and updates, we rely on habits to navigate the world around us. These routines help us manage the complexity of our lives, allowing us to operate efficiently without constantly making decisions about every little action. These small, automatic actions may seem insignificant in isolation, like tiny drops of water in a vast ocean, but over time, they compound to create remarkable results. Just as a single domino can initiate a chain reaction, our small habits can lead to significant changes in our lives. Imagine a small improvement of just 1% each day. It might seem like a trivial amount, but compounded over a year, it leads to a significant improvement. This concept, known as the aggregation of marginal gains, shows how small, consistent actions can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Just as a plant grows steadily with consistent care, our habits, when nurtured, can lead to substantial growth and transformation over time. Habits are the building blocks of our character. Every small action we take is like laying a brick in the wall of our lives and the driving force behind our progress. Whether it's an athlete training consistently or a student studying diligently, habits form the foundation of success. They shape our health, our relationships, our careers, and ultimately our happiness. The quality of our lives is largely determined by the quality of our habits. By understanding the science of habit formation, we can harness their power to create positive change in our lives. Research suggests that habits are formed through a loop of cue, routine, and reward. By identifying the cues that trigger our habits and the rewards that reinforce them, we can design new routines that lead to better outcomes. Writing down goals and tracking progress can help solidify these new habits. However, habits can also work against us. Bad habits such as procrastination or unhealthy eating can be difficult to break and can prevent us from reaching our full potential. Bad habits like procrastination or unhealthy eating can sabotage our goals and lead to negative consequences. They can create a cycle of frustration and disappointment. For example, spending too much time on social media can distract us from more meaningful activities and prevent us from achieving our goals. The good news is that we are not slaves to our habits. With the right knowledge and strategies, we can break free from negative patterns and cultivate positive ones. With the right knowledge and strategies, such as attending workshops or seeking guidance from experts, we can learn how to change our habits effectively. We can break free from negative patterns and cultivate positive ones. Just like planting seeds and nurturing them, we can cultivate habits that lead to a healthier, happier, and more fulfilling life. Atomic Habits is a powerful framework for understanding and changing our habits. It is based on the idea that small, incremental improvements over time can lead to remarkable results. This concept is known as the 1% rule. If we can get 1% better each day, we will be 37 times better after a year. Think of it like building muscle. We don't get stronger overnight by lifting heavy weights once. It's the consistent small efforts repeated over time that lead to significant gains. The same principle applies to our habits. By focusing on making small, sustainable changes, we can achieve remarkable results without feeling overwhelmed. The key is to focus on the process, not just the outcome. Instead of setting unrealistic goals, we should aim for small, consistent actions that compound over time. This approach is not about instant gratification. It's about creating a system for continuous improvement. Atomic Habits presents a simple yet powerful framework for building good habits and breaking bad ones. The 4 laws of behavior change. This framework is designed to help us understand the underlying mechanisms of our habits and provides actionable steps to modify them effectively. These laws are based on the principles of human behavior and provide a clear roadmap for habit formation. By understanding these principles, we can gain insights into why we do what we do and how to change our behaviors for the better. First, make it obvious. The first step in changing a habit is to be aware of it. Awareness is key to understanding our behaviors and identifying the habits we want to change. We need to identify our habit cues, the triggers that initiate our behaviors. These cues can be a specific time of day, an emotional state, or even a particular location. By recognizing these triggers, we can begin to take control of our habits. Second, make it attractive. We are more likely to repeat behaviors that we find attractive. The more attractive a behavior is, the more motivated we are to engage in it. We can make our desired habits more attractive by associating them with positive emotions or rewards. For example, if we want to develop the habit of exercising, we can pair it with something we enjoy, such as listening to our favorite music or rewarding ourselves with a healthy treat afterward. Third, make it easy. The easier a habit is to perform, the more likely we are to stick with it. Complexity can be a significant barrier to habit formation, so simplifying the process is crucial. We can reduce friction by simplifying our environment and making our desired habits more convenient. This could involve organizing our space, preparing in advance, or breaking down the habit into smaller, more manageable steps. Fourth, make it satisfying. We are more likely to repeat behaviors that give us pleasure or satisfaction. The immediate reward we receive from completing a habit reinforces the behavior and makes it more likely to become a regular part of our routine. We can make our desired habits more satisfying by rewarding ourselves and tracking our progress. This can be as simple as checking off a task on a to-do list, giving ourselves a small treat, or celebrating our achievements in some way. These 4 laws provide a practical framework for understanding and changing our habits. By applying these principles, we can create a supportive environment that encourages positive behavior change. By applying these principles, we can create an environment that supports our desired behaviors and makes it easier to stick to our goals. Whether we want to develop new habits or break old ones, the 4 laws of behavior change provide a clear and effective strategy for achieving lasting change. Section 4. Law 1. Make it obvious. Cue your habits. The first law of behavior change is to make the cue for your habit obvious. This means making the signals that prompt your habits clear and noticeable. When cues are hidden or subtle, it's easy to overlook them and forget to perform the habit. Our environment plays a significant role in shaping our behaviors. A cluttered or disorganized space can make it difficult for us to focus and follow through on our intentions. By decluttering our environment, we can create a space that supports our desired habits. By making our desired habits more obvious, we increase the likelihood of their performance. For example, placing your running shoes by the door acts as a constant reminder to go for a run. This visual cue makes it easier to remember and act on your intention to exercise. One effective strategy is to use implementation intentions. This involves creating a detailed plan that specifies when and where you will perform your desired habit. By doing so, you reduce ambiguity and make it easier to follow through. This involves making specific plans for when and where we will perform our desired habits. For instance, you might decide to read for 30 minutes every evening at 8 o'clock in your living room. By setting a clear time and location, you increase the likelihood of sticking to your habit. For example, instead of saying, "I will exercise more," we can say, "I will go for a 20-minute run every morning before work." This specific plan removes any uncertainty and makes it easier to take action. Another helpful technique is habit stacking. This involves linking our desired habit to an existing habit, creating a chain of behaviors that flow seamlessly from one to the next. This involves linking our desired habit to an existing habit. For example, if you already have a habit of brushing your teeth every morning, you can stack a new habit on top of that. For instance, we can create a habit of meditating for 5 minutes after brushing our teeth in the morning. This way, the act of brushing your teeth becomes a trigger for your meditation practice. By attaching our desired habit to an already established behavior, we increase the chances of remembering and performing it. This method leverages the power of our existing routines to build new, positive habits more effectively. Additionally, creating a designated space for your new habit can further strengthen the cue. For example, Setting up a reading nook with a comfortable chair and good lighting can make it more inviting to sit down and read. Using tools like habit trackers can also help make your habits more obvious. By visually tracking your progress, you create a sense of accountability and motivation to keep going. Celebrating small wins along the way can reinforce your commitment to the habit. Each time you successfully perform your habit, take a moment to acknowledge your accomplishment. This positive reinforcement can make the habit more enjoyable and sustainable. Finally, regularly reflecting on your habit journey and making adjustments as needed can help you stay on track. If you find that certain cues or strategies aren't working, don't be afraid to change them until you find what works best for you. By making your habits obvious and utilizing strategies like implementation, intentions, and habit stacking, you can create a supportive environment that makes it easier to build and maintain positive behaviors. Remember, the key to lasting change is consistency and making your habits as clear and straightforward as possible. Section 5, Law 2, Make it attractive. Crave your habits. The second law of behavior change is to make the habit attractive. We are more likely to repeat behaviors that we find enjoyable. By associating our desired habits with positive emotions, we can make them more appealing. One way to increase a habit's attractiveness is through temptation bundling. This involves pairing an activity we want to do with an activity we need to do. For example, we can allow ourselves to watch our favorite TV show while exercising on the treadmill. Another effective strategy is to join a culture where our desired habit is the norm. Surrounding ourselves with people who share our values and support our goals can provide motivation and accountability. For instance, joining a running club can make running more enjoyable and help us stay on track. In summary, making your habits attractive by associating them with positive emotions, bundling them with enjoyable activities, and joining supportive communities can significantly increase your chances of success. Start implementing these small changes today and witness how they transform your life. Remember, tiny habits can lead to big results. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips on how to build better habits. Let's make a positive change together.